in Headwaters, Canada. This is the very first time that the EQUUS Film Festival has been in Canada, and I am with Karen Obradovich, and she is the organizer of this event here. And I wanted to take a little bit of time. We've had 3 wonderful days, and now we can look back at what happened. So Karen, first of all, when you came into this, what did you think, or what were you expecting?
Well, I knew that it would be a well-received event here in Headwaters because we are such a horse community. But what I was expecting, I guess, out of the event, I really didn't know what to expect. I know that EQUUS has had so many successful tour stops, and so I really didn't know how Headwaters would perform against that in the first one. But I guess I kind of felt that that the community, it would be well received, and that I knew that the films would be great because of the reviews and your other tour stops and the New York Festival. So, and they're all about horses, so how can you go wrong? So yeah, I guess those would be my initial thoughts on expectations going in.
You know, I think that when you think of a film festival, you think mostly about the films. But I think it becomes greater than that. After you've been there and you've seen it in a couple of days, you start to see that it brings together people. There's kind of more that comes out of it. So what surprised you this weekend?
What surprised me was how engaged the audiences were. That, you know, when it's not really typical when you go to a traditional movie theater, that the audience is so engaged and, you know, claps and laughs together. And I mean, I can probably count on one hand, you know, when I've gone to see a movie at, you know, a large movie at a big theater, the number of times the whole audience, you know, claps and is so enthusiastic at the end of the film. And I have to say, at almost every film that I saw during the festival, the audience just was so engaged and clapping and laughing and, you know, sighing. There's just so much emotion from the audience.
You know, what I thought was rather interesting too was that you took the time to see a lot of the movies. And now that you've seen so many of them, was there any in particular that surprised you, or that you know, thought, wow, this is better than I expected, or I didn't know that happened? Or?
Probably the one movie which I just had no idea about was the ponies of Shintotig.
The Wild Ponies of Chincoteague.
Yes, that's right. And you know, lots of people had read Misty as in their childhoods, that book, which, you know, made the ponies famous for, which I had not actually heard of. So when I saw that movie, I was so surprised, and that there's such a following of those ponies, and really they have their own fan club. And I thought that was a really terrific movie.
I think that was one of the things too. I mean, I heard about the Chincoteague ponies, but surprisingly, I didn't know much about them. And I have to say that it was a real eye-opener to see how they round up these ponies and come across the water, and that they have something called the Feather Fund.
Yes, that was amazing.
And that was just one of the many amazing films this weekend. But let's walk through the weekend, you know, beginning from the very beginning. How did we start?
So we started with a VIP reception for the opening night on Friday, which was so well received, I think, by the community and attendees and the filmmakers. And I was surprised because it was supposed to start at 6:30 and people were arriving at 6 o'clock. So we hadn't even finished setting
That's
up.
like a surprising thing.
Yeah,
Right?
so I was like, wow, usually people are, you know, a few minutes late.
Yes.
Even, but they were very enthusiastic. So we had that VIP reception, which was a lot of fun.
You know what I noticed about that was the electricity. I just felt like there was just this atmosphere that people were energized and ready and happy and sort of excited about this new thing in town.
Yes, I felt that same
Hush
energy.
you by, don't you cry, go to sleepy little baby, when you...
And then we had the screenings, of course, and I think people just just love the two films. We had that short film, The Healing with Horses, and then All the Queen's Horses was the feature film. And the response to that, I think, was very positive.
Kind of kicked off the weekend in a nice way.
Yes.
And then Saturday?
And then Saturday we had the family films, the free family films, and that was terrific. What was really nice is because we had a farmer's market outside of the Opera House, there was a lot of people, there was a lot of energy, outside that I think, created a buzz, and we had our little Headwaters horse mascot trotting around and doing visits. So.
That was kind of fun because I was able to follow with the camera and get some pictures of these little kids, just big eyes looking at this horse, and a little afraid to go up to it and pet it, but some really cute pictures. So Farmers Market was a great addition to the weekend.
You'll have cake and all the pretty little horses, black and bay, dapple and gray, a coach and 6 little horses.
And the film, of course, Wendy, that was played. It was a really sweet movie. And then we had, our afternoon and evening films, which were again so well received by the community and the audience. And there's lots of activity that has been going on in Orangeville this weekend, but I don't think that it hampered the attendance here at all. I think
It's a 275 seater. I think that's how many seats are in that theater. And it was, I would say, 2/3, 3/4 of the way packed every time I looked in there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. This was your first time. Well done. What kind of effort was put into letting people know to fill those seats and what was happening?
So we were pretty present on social media with the Headwaters Tourism and our community posts, and also the EQUUS Film Festival Headwaters Tour Stop Facebook page, and so that was very helpful. So social media played a big part in it, and also newspaper advertisements in the local newspapers. We had a couple of national media sponsors that jumped on board, that they reviewed films for us and then did articles and released those articles, so people know ahead of time. They could say, oh, well, that one really interests me. I'm interested in the jumping aspect, or I'm interested in the therapeutic aspect of horses. So people got a sense ahead of time, and it kind of generated a bit of excitement, a review of the films by a media outlet. So that was exciting. We had radio stations doing ticket giveaways. So I think social media and print and ticket giveaways for contests on the radio.
Well done, well done. And then also on Saturday, I think another draw was the fact that there were some filmmakers there.
Right.
We had Julianne Neil, we had James O'Connor and Bruce Anderson from The Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Stefan Morel from Herd.
Right.
So that was a great opportunity for people to actually get to talk to the filmmakers and answer questions. So this is really for all of you out there. If you have any questions at any point, just raise your hand and we'll take your questions. But first, we're going to have the filmmakers each introduce themselves and say a few words about their film, so you know who it is you want to direct your questions at. But feel free at any point to ask a question. Just raise that hand.
Hi, I'm Julianne Neil, and I'm here actually with two films. The first one is the one you just saw with Bruce Anderson, and it's The Edge. And I have to say that we were thrilled to be able to work with James O'Connor, and he's the reason actually that we're here with any of this, and that we continued with it even past The Edge, because I learned so much working with him and seeing the way he did things and the professionalism that they have at AOS. So I'm also here with a film that's going to show tomorrow morning that's called the Spotlight Rescue Series. And that is something that I'm very proud of because my students helped put all of that together. It's a series of little PSAs, and so when you see it all put together, you're going to see the credits roll after each thing. But I teach high school, and so they learned how to do some interviews and edits and all that, and it gives you positive stories about rescue and also some that are not so positive at all. So glad to talk about it.
Hi, I'm Stefan Morel. I'm the director, cinematographer, and editor of HEARD. So if you have technical questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. But if you have spiritual questions, ask Bruce.
Hi, I'm James O'Connor, and my company is the Art of Storytelling US. And we're actually based in Orangeville now. Very exciting time for us and for the festival to come here. So that things coming together. I didn't know anything about horses or Bruce, in fact, until making this production. I went to work one day and I faced my deadlines or whatever, and the phone rang and it was Bruce. And that's where things began, and we'll get into all of that. But so ask me questions about the edge, and I'll hand you over to Bruce.
Good day, my name is Bruce Anderson, and we're here in Orangeville, Canada, for the EQUUS Film Festival. We're honored to be here. And the film, or the documentary that we are part of, is one called The Edge. And The Edge touches on, or introduces, what I call natural humanship, using the Nature's View system, which is where, with the help of the horse is taking you on a personal journey to get back in touch with your humanity, and therefore allowing you the opportunity to become the steward that you're meant to be. It shows why horses are actually more important now than ever before, in my opinion, for one's well-being, if not survival. Even more so than before the Industrial Revolution, which is a crazy statement, but it's amazing what the horse can teach us. So our goal and our journey in life is now to show how horses can help us to help ourselves be the best person that we can be. And in so doing, helping others to help themselves and take us on this journey of self-discovery. So thank you to one and all for this opportunity to share. And I first have to say, I have to say that this is also my personal journey that I share with others. So I'm the first one to go through it. And in so doing, I started off to help horses, and I realized horses didn't have problems. I was the problem. We are the problem. So what I found by so doing and showing how horses are helping us to help ourselves, I'm able to prove why horses are actually more important than ever before. So thanks to Canada for having us here, and Lisa Durson for the EQUUS Film Festival with Diana de Rosa, and Julianne, my partner. And this is honoring where I come from, which is a little island called Trinidad and Tobago, where I grew up on this cocoa and coffee estate. And to me, I'm now realizing through this journey that that's where I picked up a lot of these two missing pieces that I talk about, that we don't have consciously. So through the Nature's View, you acquire these pieces, and with the help of the horse, it takes you on this journey to recalibrate yourself and find the you. So thank you to one and all.
Then we also had Laurie Duff from Humble and Kind, who the night before, we presented the artist.
Right.
So we had, a few people that they could see and meet and know beforehand, and then later on could go up and talk to. But you listened to the interview that we had with the filmmakers. What did you think?
I thought that it was very interesting. I thought the audience participation was terrific. They were genuinely interested in engaging with the filmmakers, and I think that was a great addition to be able to do that, to have the filmmakers attend the festival. I think it just adds that little bit of, extra panache and uniqueness to going to a film festival. And afterwards, I mean, we had the 45-minute filmmaker Q&A on stage and in the theater, but what was really neat was afterwards the filmmakers continued the conversation in the lobby with
For another 45 minutes, I think. I mean, they were out there for a long time. And when you get that kind of engagement, when you get an audience that wants to stand and talk and get that, chance to ask questions and meet them up close and personal, I mean, that's what I think is so unique about what the EQUUS Film Festival is all about. We do try to get some of the filmmakers there, because when can you go to a movie and actually speak to somebody that was related to that film afterwards? So,
right, yeah.
and then the people staying there to actually
Yes.
talk to them shows that they really appreciated it and enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then moving on to Sunday, which is our final day.
Yes, so Sunday, the movie started at 11 a.m. and there was already, when we arrived here this morning, there was people sitting in the theater waiting for the movies to start, and it was really fun. We did a little giveaway of DVDs that appeared at the festival, and a couple of books, and the audience thought that was a lot of fun, drawing names for, or ticket numbers for the prizes, so that was a lot of fun. And our films, what, in the afternoon, it was like, I have to, they were fabulous films, and the audience, I think that was the fullest that we've had. I mean, the theater was quite full for the whole weekend, but there was a lot of people that came out Sunday.
On a Sunday and a rainy day,
That's
but
right.
bright and sunny.
That's right.
All right, so let's, look back now, thinking about it, and were there lessons learned? Were there things that were so great that they surprised you? I mean, when you're thinking about when going to the future, doing this again, what are you going to take away from this year?
I think there's a lot of positives we can take away from this year. The great format of the festival, I think that worked really well. I think that going forward, we might, we will get the community, the businesses, the local businesses more involved. And that's, we have the time now to do that a year going forward. So I think there's real opportunities to get, because our location is fantastic, that, we're right on Broadway. And so there's a lot of really unique boutiques and restaurants. And so I think it would be great to have those businesses get involved and do more activity, add another dimension to the film festival with additional activities.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful town, and there can be some real engagement. So I think I agree with you. I think it's a perfect opportunity to sort of expand, but I think it's really impressive what you've done so far.
Oh,
For the
thank
first
you.
year, Karen O'Bradovich, organizer of the EQUUS Film Festival in Headwaters, and I'm Diana Rosa, co-organizer of the EQUUS Film Festival, and we were really proud to be in Canada for the very first time. So thank you very much for having this
Thank
little
you so
chat.
much.
Way down yonder, down in the meadow, there's a poor little lammy. The bees and the butterflies are pecking at its eyes. The poor